am making turkey burgers, which is the main dish.
I'm back on dessert, and I'm making mini black bottom cheesecakes.
Yummy.
And I'm already starting out wrong. It said to have foil things, mini muffin foil things, and we only have paper, so we're gonna stick with the paper.
I'm in charge of side dish today. I'm gonna attempt to make onion rings, which I've never done before.
Chocolate wafer cookies, which is gonna be the bottom part, so that's why it's called black bottom cheesecakes. So I'm doing 24 plain chocolate wafer cookies.
Huh, I've never had a plain chocolate wafer cookie. And Mom is attempting to finally chop an onion.
I'm starting to cry.
Why are you recording this?
I don't know, what is it?
So it says spoon the chocolate crumbs into the prepared baking cups and press with the bottom of a glass.
Oh.
What bottom of a glass is like that size?
I don't know, good question.
3 tablespoons unsalted butter.
Yes.
And I'm gonna chop the cookies in the food processor and then add the butter in.
Okay.
Our food processor is weird and we couldn't find the paperwork, so I'm just pushing the button with a fork. And I'm making fine crumbs.
Looking pretty fine.
Looks really fine to me.
3 pounds of ground turkey. Now I'm going to add all the ingredients.
How much breadcrumbs?
Quarter cup.
Quarter cup. So you put in your onion, quarter cup seasoned breadcrumbs?
Yes.
Okay. Pressing it into the bottom.
Yeah.
And then you're going to press it.
Yes.
So far, so good.
Something.
With something. Got my 2 big onions and I'm going to slice it into slices. So she found something to press it. I'm making them look pretty on the bottom.
Thing from the food processor.
It's good.
I'm supposed to have 2 egg whites slightly beaten. So is this okay to use for that?
That seems light. That's light.
Slight? Okay.
It says bake for 5 minutes, the little bottoms.
Yes.
Or until almost set. But what does that even mean?
Okay, so Mom has to chop a quarter cup of parsley. Does it look set?
Yeah. Looks like it did when I put it in.
Looking good. And I have chopped an army full of onions.
Sister's feeding the entire vlog.
I don't think I'm going to get through all those.
So this recipe calls for fromage blanc,
which we learned is
a white cheese, but Mom couldn't find it. Yeah. I don't think the store has it. So what do we get instead?
We got
queso fresco.
Yeah, I looked up online what can substitute, and they said queso fresco.
Okay, it calls for 1 clove of garlic, which is about a ½ teaspoon.
Minced garlic.
Minced garlic.
Yes.
So that's going in, and then it calls for 1 teaspoon salt.
I'm doing cream cheese, sugar, and
How
fromage
much?
or fresco queso fresco.
Yes. How much of each?
8 ounces cream cheese, quarter cup sugar.
And 6 ounces of the other, right?
I don't know.
It said 6.
I put in what it said.
Okay. You did, right?
I don't know. I put in whatever it said.
It said 6 ounces. That's what Mom had on her shopping list.
Is that what was on the package, Mom?
Sorry.
Did you get 6 ounces of cheese?
I didn't look at it. I figured it was 6 ounces. At least.
12 ounces. Great. Okay, so I'm taking half the cheese out.
And then it calls for 1/4 teaspoon ground black pepper, so I'm just going to
Do a little bit.
just do a little
We don't really care for pepper. That's good.
Okay. All right, and then I'm ready to mix it up.
With your hands?
I don't really want to with my hands. But then you have to form into...
Dig in, Mama.
Animals.
Dig in. Mama's nervous about getting her hands dirty.
No, I'm
No?
really not.
Really? Are you sure? Well, Mom did it. I'm proud of you, Mama. You blended it. You took out half the cheese.
Yeah. Now I'm putting in 2 teaspoons of vanilla. It sounds
You
like
put
a
in
lot.
2 eggs, I see, also. Okay.
It's gonna be good.
Okay. She said it might be a little chunky, but from the way it made it sound online, is that it's like a curd cheese, like a cottage cheese.
Okay, good, because it looks like one.
Yeah.
So there's chunks in there
Yeah.
still.
We'll see.
Form into 12 patties.
How big? Those are enormous, aren't they? Filled them up. Supposed to be 3/4 of the way.
Yep.
Just close, yeah.
Close. I have
And now?
leftovers, so I tried to fill them fuller.
And now?
Now putting them in for 15 minutes.
Same temp.
Same time.
And they're supposed to be what when you pull them out?
Cooked. Until slightly jiggly in the center.
There you go.
Cook them over medium heat until they're turning, until they're 180 degrees internally.
I'm going to double my recipe because I got 2 onions. It calls for 1, which is supposed to serve 3. So I got 2 onions, hoping to serve 6, but somehow I think it serves much more.
I think it serves like 20.
But anyway, anyhow, I'm going to double the flour anyways just to make sure I have enough.
Yeah.
2.5 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons baking powder, and 2 teaspoons salt. And mix that up. It says to dip the onions in this flour mixture and set them aside. I mean, it doesn't really stick to the outside, so I don't really know what I'm doing. But anyway, that's what I'm doing. So the question is, how many do I really do?
Just enough. Like, put like 2 or 3 a person, I'd say.
Oh, I got all these onions.
You just asked me.
Okay, I'm putting in 2 cups of milk and 2 eggs into...
A new bowl.
Oh, no. Now that I think about it, I think I just mix it in the same bowl. Whisk egg and milk into the flour mixture.
Oh, okay.
They're saying to dredge this, and then they said to let it drip over a wire rack. Yeah, I left my wire rack out. So I'm just gonna let it drip off the best I can. Then you're gonna put it in these breadcrumbs and cover it with breadcrumbs, and then you dump it in.
Into the fryer.
Yeah.
Which is already at
365. Two to 3 minutes, it says. This is what Mom despises most. Just show me, are they jiggly?
Yep.
And then she warmed the preserves.
Strawberry, raspberry preserve, sorry, raspberry. And I'm putting 1 teaspoon in the center on top.
Okay. And I gotta pull these out before they
And then
burn.
go on the
And they look quite lovely. Now it goes in the freezer for
15 minutes, about 15 minutes until the cheesecakes are set.
whew,
Again with the set.
again with that. And Mom's other burgers look good. We're gonna bust out the buns. There's a couple of the onion rings. So we'll see. We're cooking here.
How's the main dish?
She just put something in her mouth.
I know, I watched her.
So good, it's flavorful. Even if there's onions in it, which I don't care for, you can't really taste them. It's just, and it was so easy.
It was excellent, and I did taste the onions, but it wasn't overpowering.
Right.
And the garlic, I mean the match that you put in there, the garlic and onion was just perfect.
They melt in your mouth. They're so good.
Sis, how's your appetizer?
They're good. I'm proud of myself because I've always wanted to make onion rings and never had the courage to. It's very crunchy. The onion is like super soft.
Melissa's taking a
inside.
bite as she's filming right now. I
They're
just want
good.
to point that out. That's why the camera dipped.
And this burger, yum, really good. So I was just thinking, what are we learning as we keep going?
She took another bite.
As we keep going, what are we learning? And one of the things I figured out because of my fish fiasco was make sure your oil is hot. So I had it just sitting there for a long time and it was ready. And when I popped them in, it took 2 minutes. They're done. So I learned. What do you think?
It's definitely not a cheesecake.
No, it's not cheesecake. Because it's not sweet like a cheesecake.
No. And I think that's what I was expecting. The bottom is really good, and I like the preserves, but I'm not quite sure about the middle.
Well, I like it
I do too.
because it's the kind of dessert I like. It's a light dessert. And it's not sweet. That's what I like about it. It's not real sweet.
Yeah, I'm laughing because that's what I don't like about it.
Yeah, I know.
It's
okay.
not sweet.
Same here. No, I love the topping too, and I would suggest putting the raspberry all over.
All the way around. I was
So
thinking the
that
same
when you
thing.
bite it, you get the whole thing all the
Exactly.
time.
Okay.
The
That's what I was
picture
gonna
did
do.
like this, so I did it just like the picture.
I totally
But-
agree.
And then also, obviously, if the center is more cheesecake-ish,